All right, we are back with our 2022 NFL season breakdown. I picked all 272 regular season games, went through breaking down each division, each team, what you can expect from this upcoming season. And I know I got all these games right. I just know I'm that good. We got them all right. There will be no misses here on this channel. We've got 2 down, 6 divisions left to go. We checked off the NFC East yesterday. If you want to check that video out, click the link up here. But let's head on over to the AFC and down south, the AFC South. A lot of question marks in this division, some really bad teams, some good teams possibly, a lot of question marks here. But before we get into that, if you could, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, like this video, hit that notification bell so you get all these daily division videos, 3 o'clock every day. We're breaking down each team, each division, leading all the way up to Thursday, September 8th with the NFL kickoff and the Bills at the Rams. It should be a good one. But all right, let's 2-step on down to Houston and kick things off with the Texans.
Oh yeah! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Oh, Houston, bless y'all. After having to deal with your franchise quarterback ditching you and the multitude of lawsuits that followed with him, and having to deal with old butt chin Bob, Bill O'Brien, as the worst GM maybe ever in the NFL, last year they finished with a 4-13 record and fired rookie head coach David Cutcliffe. Really awkward situation going on in Houston. They promoted defensive coordinator and old Bears head coach Lovie Smith. This organization is a complete dumpster fire, which is an absolute shame after this team was just up 24-0 in Kansas City on the eventual Super Bowl champion Chiefs in 2019. Absolutely massive meteoric fall. I just can't explain it. Now, with Watson finally out of town, they can move on from this and building the next generation of competitive teams. Rookie quarterback Davis Mills was a bright spot for this team last year, but the question is, can he keep this moving forward? Is he a franchise quarterback in this league? And I tend to think not. This is honestly a complete rebuild. Hopefully, the young draft picks they acquired this year, Derek Stingley, Kenyon Green, can be foundation pieces to build upon after this season. And Davis Mills gets you where you need to be and picking at the top of the draft for either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. This is a big time quarterback draft coming up. I'm pulling for the Texans, but I just think this is going to be a long year and another year to forget. In Houston, I have them finishing in last place with a 3-14 record.
Oh yeah! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
All right, it's time for the Jags. Oh, Jacksonville, what can we say about you? It feels like a lifetime ago since they were just 8 minutes away from heading to the Super Bowl with a win in New England over the GOAT Tom Brady all the way back in 2017. But now, after finishing dead last in the league in back-to-back seasons, honestly, the only place they can go is up. Realistically, nothing can be worse than last season and the Urban Meyer experiment. He's out of town. I really like the hiring of Doug Peterson. He's a Super Bowl winning head coach. He adds some serious stability to a roller coaster of a ride franchise, and this should be the right guy for the job. I really like the additions of Brandon Scherff, Evan Ingram, and Christian Kirk. Thanks again, Christian Kirk and the Jags, for completely destroying the wide receiver market. We're not going to talk about that yet. On offense, and let's not forget, rookie running back Travis Etienne missed all of last season with a foot injury. He is going to be back, and now let's pair that with the #1 overall pick 2 years ago, the best quarterback prospect in forever, it felt like, Trevor Lawrence. Real opportunity to shine this season, and honestly, he probably needs to, because the last thing you want is another dud of a season heading into your 3rd year with a head coach that has no ties to you. I think this team might actually show some life, and I might be very much underselling this team. Keep your eyes out on the Jags. I have them at 5-12 and a slight upgrade from last season, but honestly, I could see this team winning 7 or 8 games based on lots of stuff, stepping it up, big-time situations, and I think they could seriously be ready to bring the smoke in 2023 if all things go well.
Oh yeah! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Man, it is crazy. It's been 5 years since Andrew Luck's surprise retirement, and it's been 5 consecutive seasons of a new starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. after the failed Carson Wentz experiment last year led to the ultra-stacked roster being only a 9-8 and a seat at home on the couch for the playoffs. Big disappointment last season. But now let's bring in Matt Ryan, former MVP, Atlanta Falcons legend. Huge upgrade, I think, at the quarterback position. If Matt Ryan has been anything in his career, it's been consistent. With a very strong offensive line, a great run game, and an elite running back in Jonathan Taylor, Matty Ice will be more than capable to expose holes in a very pass-friendly defense with stacked boxes. I think there are some questions with the weapons in Indianapolis. I mean, Michael Pittman's probably your number one receiver. He's going to have to really step up, but Matt Ryan will be good enough to take care of business. Now let's pair this very strong run offense, good offensive line, and a quarterback who will make good decisions with an elite defense led by the artist formerly known as Darius Leonard, adding pass rushers Yannick Ngakoue and DB Stephon Gilmore to help on the back end. The best linebacker in the league, now Shaq Leonard, will be anchoring the middle for this Colts defense. They're going to live up to their potential, because if they don't, it will be a clean house, rebuild, blow this piece up, tear it all down. Frank Reich's going to be out of a job if they do not make the playoffs this season. They have a real prove-it schedule this year. They play at the AFC West along with the NFC East and at the Vikings as their bonus out-of-conference game. I think the Colts do get this thing done. They finish with a 12-5 record, but is it enough to dethrone the back-to-back division champion Tennessee Titans?
Oh yeah! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
All right, let's wrap this bad boy up with your Tennessee Titans. 12-5 last season and the number one seed in the AFC after missing Derrick Henry for most of the regular season. This was honestly kind of a shocker to most football fans out there, but after a poor offensive performance at home versus the eventual AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals, had them one and done, and a lot of people feeling vindicated or a lot of people feeling completely disappointed with this team, we look to this year. As with 99% of teams playing football, it really comes down to the quarterback position, and Ryan Tannehill has reached his ceiling, and his ceiling is clearly that of a guy who struggles mightily in the postseason, can win you regular season games, but he just cannot get it done in the crunch time. All the defense and all the dominant running game in the world will just not cover for a mediocre quarterback in the playoffs in today's NFL. The biggest head scratcher of the offseason, honestly, was them trading away their elite wide receiver, A.J. Brown. This was huge. I think this move signals that they might be looking for a rebuild, but obviously head coach Mike Vrabel is not that kind of guy. He's not going to have any of that. The questions are also surrounding Derrick Henry, who suffered his first significant injury last year in the league and has a ton of miles on those tires. He has been run into the ground, so it's kind of a question mark. Plus the less than ringing endorsement of drafting quarterback Malik Willis with Ryan Tannehill sitting right there. Malik Willis is a massive explosive quarterback, but he's more of a project than he is a prospect. He's shown some great flashes in the pan in the preseason, but I still think he's a year or two away. I just don't see a firm direction this Titans team is going this season. Pair that with a very tough AFC West schedule. I just see the Tennessee Titans falling back to the pack, 7-10, missing the playoffs, and handing over their division crown to the Indianapolis Colts. Okay, let me know what you guys think. Am I way too high on Matty Ice and the Colts to get this thing done? Am I maybe a little low on Davis Mills and the Texans? What about the Jaguars? And does anybody really have a grasp on the Tennessee Titans? I certainly don't. I just can't really get a read on this team. I think middle of the pack, maybe I'm a little low. Maybe they sneak into the playoffs. They did just win the AFC last year. Again, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Like this video. Share it with your football friends. I know if I'm mean to them, maybe not. I'm just kidding. Show it to them anyway. I'm sure they'll get a kick out of it if they're a fan of a bad team. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. 3 o'clock Central every day leading up to the season. No division breakdown tomorrow. We are going to have week 1 of Backyard Bookies, our sports gambling podcast. So check that out every Friday. And we will be back Saturday with the next NFC division. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.